Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? KMB the Six Ninja in the place to be for Cplus Studios, and welcome to the New World Podcast, brother. Let's just jump right onto it because this is my second attempt at recording this podcast. Oh, man. You know, it is so infuriating when you're like, I pushed record, didn't I? I pushed record, and you just go on and go on. And at the end, you're like, damn, I feel good about this podcast. You know, I feel really good about this podcast. And then all of a sudden I looked, I'm like, I did not push record. I had a nice conversation with myself and that I wasn't even going to be able to. That's besides the point. Monday Night Raw, Washington, D.C., Patrick and Corey Graves on the commentary. Let's just start it off. The Usos come out. They went into the back. There was a backstage thing where Riddle came through, then Elias came out, then they beat down Elias. So they came out to brag, saying like, hey, there isn't going to be a universal tag team match tonight because we the ones and you the twos, you know, all that good stuff. And Riddle comes out. It's like, hey, I found a partner. I found a partner to help me take you guys out, and it is Kevin Owens, the prize fighter himself. And prior to this, I thought I saw on a tweet, because I usually watch the show the day after so I can take my notes and stuff like that. But I thought we got new tag team champions, and I was like waiting for that. But no, the Usos won in this. But beforehand, they're just this great back and forth, the Riddle and this and that. And Sami Zayn playing to the Usi stuff, and the crowd joining along, being like, he's not a bit Usi. That's not Usi. This is Usi. And the Sami Zayn saying, I'm a Usologist. That needs to be a shirt. You are creating dollars with this Usi stuff. And Usologist, I'm a little bit of an Usologist. That needs to be a shirt immediately. Like, take this Usi stuff. But with the Usos winning, the way they usually always win, with the bloodline and everything like that, you know, taking off, and then Kevin Owens goes and takes off and goes after him. Then we leave Solo to just pick the bones of Riddle, beating the shit out of Riddle, just annihilating him. Samoan Spike, and then in the corner, and then he put a chair around his neck, and then they sold it off and carted off Riddle and everything like that. It was fantastic. It was a fantastic, like, okay, yes. And this looked a lot better than what they did with William Regal on Dynamite last week, because they actually put the neck brace on correctly and wheeled him out. All this stuff with Austin Theory, I'm loving it. It's fantastic. You know, he has everyone coming after him right now, and he had a match with Mustafa Ali. Who gives a shit less about Mustafa Ali? I don't. I'm done with that. I'm done. Dude, move on. Move on. I want to see where we're going with, and at the end of their match, Austin Theory won because of DQ. Dolph Ziggler, out of nowhere, comes back, just super kicks Austin Theory, and then Austin Theory fights back. I'm just like, okay, we got Theory. We got Rollins. We got Bobby Lashley, who on this show, Rollins and Bobby went into a super brawl, because Seth came out to do a promo, and then Bobby came out, and then they just start throwing hands and stuff like that. They're showing that the level of the United States Championship is so important. So now that we have all these factors into Austin Theory's storyline, we have 3 ways to go or 1 way to go. It'll be a fatal 4-way for the United States Championship. So next week, what's going to happen? Will Dolph Ziggler insert himself into that number 1 contenders match? Well, you know, what's the outcome? Everyone's gunning for the United States Championship, and that United States Championship is being made to look important. So I'm loving it, man. I'm loving where we're going. Let the chaos flow. Let it flow, man. Let it flow, and I can't wait for next week. We got some big matches for next Monday Night Raw. And like I said, Ziggler, I was like, what? But I wanted to get to the meats and potatoes of the show. The meats and potatoes, 2 triple threat matches to determine who's going to go on to face Bianca Belair. And the outcome of this was not what I expected. Okay? For the first match, Bayley versus Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. And I thought Rhea Ripley was going to win. She did not. Bayley won, but they had this really nice tease with Becky and Rhea face to face, looking off at each other, staring each other down. They're going to tear each other apart. They're going to just maim each other. But it's a tease. You give a little tease. So I was like, okay, Rhea. They've been teasing with Rhea, with Bianca for a while, so that's who I thought. But no, Bayley's coming back. Bayley's got another chance to go on. But in the other side, because Bayley and Becky had a really nice back and forth when on this match, because Becky came out. She's like, you this, you remember this, and Bayley's like, fuck you. I've been here. I've been doing my best. I've been holding it down. You've been a mom. You've been hurt. All this other stuff. And this rivalry is personal. I'm loving it. I'm loving that the man is back. And we had Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss versus Nikki Cross. And lo and behold, I was like, Becky's got to win this. Becky's going. But no, there's a great factor into this. Damage control prevents that. Puts Becky's ass through the announce table so Alexa Bliss can get the win. And now we're going to get Alexa Bliss versus Bayley for the number one contendership for the Raw Women's Champion. What is going on? That's my question. Will we see Bayley and Bianca one more time? Or will we see Alexa Bliss and Bianca? Or will we see all three women at the Royal Rumble? Or will we see this match sooner? Because the Royal Rumble is a month and a half away. We got a long way to build that card. Besides the men's Royal Rumble, the women's Royal Rumble, we have a long way till that happens. So where are we going? I don't know. I like, though, that Triple H is making it less predictable. It's still predictable in some form, in some sense, but it's less predictable because I didn't expect Alexa Bliss versus Bayley next week. I was expecting Bayley and Becky Lynch having a slobber knocker of a match next week, but all right, Alexa Bliss. Maybe we're going to get Alexa Bliss back on the train to, getting her back and getting her up, to, get back to that main event status. So next week, Alexa Bliss versus Bayley. Let's do it. Tell me what's your thoughts of the show. I know I went through it real quick. I just want to get to the meats and potatoes of the show just to break it down. I'm giving this show a solid 4 out of 5. I did enjoy it. I had fun, and taking my notes and everything like that. The OC versus Alpha Academy and Baron Corbin, I enjoyed that. Akira Tozawa versus Dominic Mysterio, I enjoyed that. But not as much as the matches that were really important, especially with Austin Theory, Mustafa Ali, and Dolph Ziggler. The Usos having a big tag team match to start the show with Matt Riddle and Kevin Owens. Big fight feels. Then we had these 2 great triple threat matches to see who's going to face Bianca. Loving it. Tell me what you think. Raw was in Washington, D.C., great commentary, everything like that. I really did enjoy the show. 4 out of 5. Tell me what you thought. What was your highs? What were your lows? What was your loves? What was your hates? Drop those comments below. Then after that, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Then share with your grandma, share with your grandpa, share with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And as always, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Once again, and make some more history, if you're woman enough to face the man.